Music. The world just saw one of the most shocking changes in the history of money. The US Treasury has stated that XRP will be the new gold standard. Each coin is worth an incredible $200,000, which is something that no one saw coming. There was more and more evidence that the dollar, which has been the main currency for trade and finance around the world for more than 100 years, was about to fall apart, which led to this historic choice. Economists, investors, and politicians all warned of debt that couldn't be paid back, high inflation, and weaknesses in the system as a whole. A lot of people didn't think that a coin would be the answer, though. Still, here it is. XRP was once thought to be just a theoretical idea, but now it is the backbone of the US dollar. The irony is so great. The country that became the most powerful in the world by using fiat currency has had to switch to a digital asset to protect its financial independence and really stop a full-on crash. The dollar could not be touched for many years. That money was used to buy oil, goods, and pay off foreign debt. It was the world's reserve currency. The United States had unmatched economic power because it set the rules for international trade. There were cracks, though. There was less trust in the dollar because of the huge national debt, decades of spending that couldn't be paid for, government gridlock, and pressures from other economies around the world. The markets responded, currencies shook, and buyers looked for other options. XRP came along as a digital bridge that offered instant settlement, high scalability, and safe transactions that could be checked. It wasn't a chance for the Treasury to make its choice. It had to be done in order to keep the world economy stable. The way the adoption works is completely new. Now, some of every dollar in circulation is backed by XRP funds. This keeps the currency's value and trustworthiness around the world. Music. With an estimate of $200,000 per XRP, the Treasury is sending a message that this is not just a guess. This is a functional operational pivot that is meant to make people trust the banking system again. Traders, banks, and other organizations around the world are recalculating risk, strategy, and vulnerability. The effects are felt right away. On Crossbar, payments can be settled right away. Sovereign debt responsibilities are now backed by a stable, high-value digital asset. And global liquidity flows are strengthened with speed and transparency that have never been seen before. Music. The way the markets have responded has never been seen before. Analysts are changing the values of all kinds of assets, and hedge funds and sovereign wealth funds are in a hurry to change their stocks. Citizens feel the effects in a deep and real way. There are fewer worries about inflation, fewer chances of currencies falling in value, and more financial security. Every exchange now has the operational security of XRP backing it, from government payrolls to business bills. This is not just a possible future. It is the way things are in today's digitally strengthened market. Because of its unique technology, XRP was perfectly suited to play this role. Unlike real gold, which is heavy, slow to move, and expensive to store, XRP is based on a ledger that can handle millions of deals every second. You can reach it from anywhere in the world, and it's safe. The huge amounts of cash in the Treasury ensure its availability, and being part of the dollar system helps the US keep its financial power while genuinely updating its infrastructure. It was clear that old methods couldn't handle the speed and scale needed for modern finance, but XRP could and does. In terms of geopolitics, the effects are, well, shocking. The United States, which has always been the world's biggest financial power, has now made it okay for people all over the world to use digital assets. This move sends a clear message to allies, enemies, and trade partners that digital currency is not only useful, but also necessary. Countries that add XRP to their financial systems get access to a stable dollar right away, making it a safe way to trade and giving them a seat at this new table of global economic power. On the other hand, people who wait risk being alone, not working well, and having less economic power. The use of cryptocurrencies also completely changes the story about them around the world. XRP was once thought of as a way for tech fans to speculate, but now it is seen as the best way to keep the economy stable. It connects digital finance to traditional monetary policy. This shows that blockchain-based assets are not only new, but also necessary for running the modern economy. Music. Every day that goes by, every trade that goes through, and every time an institution uses XRP, it makes it more real and useful. It's true that the network effect feeds on itself. Value comes from adoption, trust comes from value, and world dependence on the system comes from trust. Music. Honestly, from the point of view of a person, the effects are pretty big. Payroll, government services, money transfers between countries, and business deals all depend on a stable, auditable, and safe currency. Pressures on inflation are eased, confidence in the economy is restored, and digital financial inclusion possibilities grow by a huge amount. Millions of people who didn't have bank accounts or didn't have enough money in their accounts before can now use a stable, modern banking system powered by XRP. It doesn't just lead to stability, it gives you power. Economies all over the world are responding right now. The stock market, foreign exchange markets, and product prices are all getting used to the idea that XRP will digitally back the dollar. Investment plans are being changed, reserves are being moved around in institutions, and global capital flows are moving into uncharted ground. With this move, the US Treasury essentially turns XRP from a speculative cryptocurrency into a highly useful global reserve asset that is on par with the gold standard in terms of its usefulness. You can't say enough about the political background. For generations, the US dollar has been the most important currency in the world when it comes to trade, investments, and military power. Its move to a digital asset like XRP is not just an adjustment, it's a complete change in how money is handled. It's easy to understand. The world of finance is changing, and digital assets are now a must. In all honesty, they are essential. No matter how the story goes, one thing stays the same. At $200,000 a coin, XRP is more than a price. This is a sign. It is the result of decades of changes in the financial world, a triumph of technology, and a moral statement about the world. It makes sure that operations are stable, restores trust around the world, and sets up a template for monetary policy in the 21st century. Every exchange is now important in terms of history. The world economy gets stronger with each integration.